Guys, today I am going to show you a video where I'm going to make this. Yes, I made this. So easy to do actually. At first I was scared. It was just an idea that I had and I went for it and I'm so happy with the results. So stay tuned to the video and see how I made it. Guys, so I'm so excited about this video. I'm going to attempt an idea that I have had for a long time and I got the stuff today to make it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I do not have a pattern. I do not have instructions. This was just totally an idea that I had that I'm going to attempt to bring to life. So what I have here, this is an outdoor planter that you would hang on your fence or hang somewhere outside. Well, it just didn't work out outside for me and I didn't want to throw it away. So I thought surely I could do something with this and I thought it would look great in my dining room. The thought was to take some burlap and line this basket with the burlap and then get some flowers to put in the basket. So I have chosen some red hydrangeas and I don't even know what these are called, but they're super cute. And they just look very country to me. I'm like going for like a country elegant look, if that makes sense. And I got some of these styrofoam squares to put in the base to hold the flowers. I have my glue gun, some glue sticks, and this is to cut the flowers. So I had a yard of this burlap cut at Hobby Lobby today, and it was so much cheaper to buy it off of the bolt than trying to buy a roll of burlap ribbon. And I didn't need a ton of it, I just needed enough for this basket. So I have a yard here which gives me plenty of burlap. I've got my burlap and I've got my basket and I've laid my basket on its flat side onto the burlap. And I'm actually going to trace around. And I'm going to give a little room on the sides just to allow for a seam. So I'm just cutting. Okay, so I've got my first piece cut for my basket. Okay, so I'm going to lay my basket on this bowed front side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the material onto the front of this basket and just kind of rock it down like this. And this is a good way for me to judge. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball my space here. So I'm going to cut straight across to the other edge of my burlap, starting at this point. Okay guys, my glue gun is ready to go. So I think that I'm going to first take this back piece and just glue the top here. I'm going to glue the burlap to my basket. So I'm just going to take a thin line of glue. And I'm just going to glue this top first, just to give me somewhere to start. I'm not going to glue the rest down just yet until I get that other piece in here and figure out how to get it in here. Okay, I've got my other piece and I've set it inside and I'm going to go ahead and just glue the top to probably about here. So I'm going to put some glue up here and then attach my burlap. Just right till the edges meet. A woman and her glue gun. What would we do without our glue guns, right? I've been finagling with this corner here, and I think what I need to do is go ahead and glue my edges down, and then I'll be able to figure out how to create the fold down here. Oh, and that helps it to lay a lot flatter too. So I just took that piece behind this back piece. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. That's what I'll do. So I will just bring that piece forward. I have to cut it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down this edge here. You know, just because you don't have instructions or have all the confidence in the world that something's going to work, don't let that keep you from trying. You just never know unless you try. Okay, I'm going to try to get this other side to look just like I did over there. So I've got my burlap inside my basket, and I'm going to trim off these pieces up here at the top to make sure that it looks finished, but I'm pretty happy with it so far. Okay, now that I've got my basket lined, I have some of these foam blocks that I will use to put in the bottom of my basket to hold my flowers. I think what I'll need to do is cut a piece of one of these blocks so that I can put it in this spot here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've got my foam in my basket, and now it's time to play around with my flowers. I love hydrangeas, and these are so pretty. And I thought these were just very country looking. I know I've already said that, but they're just so cute. Just cute little flowers. I really, really like these. So I have some cutters that will cut through the metal on these stems because these flowers are pretty long. They have a pretty long stem. So I definitely need to shorten them, and I need to see how tall my basket is so that I know how much I need to cut. And I also need to make sure I leave enough room so that I have room to stick down into the styrofoam, but still enough room for the flower to rest where I want it to rest. These flowers, I have a separation so that I have actually 3 stems. So I'm going to go ahead and cut at the base of each of these stems. And I've got all my flowers cut, and you're going to laugh at me, but I had to wedge this basket between 2 heavy items so that I could play around with this without having it keeping on falling over. So I have 4 hydrangeas, and these are the biggest flower that's going to be in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in first. You know, do not let flower arranging intimidate you. It used to intimidate me, but that's because I felt like I had to do what you're supposed to do. And don't feel that way. Make and do whatever you like. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So since I have an even number, I think I'm just going to space them out just like that. So I'm going to start here at the end. Just stick this directly into that foam, push it all the way down, just like that. And I can already tell that that is going to be too high. So I need to trim my stem a little bit more, and that's the beauty of leaving a little extra. That way you can play around with it until you get it just how you want it. Got my flowers trimmed to the height that I like, and I'm putting in my last hydrangea here at the very end. And already I'm so happy with the way this is looking. And they look about even in height. And I have some leaves that I pulled off after trimming the stems. So I'm going to stick some leaves in here just to kind of help fill up some of this space. And they're bendable, which is nice. So this will kind of help hide some of the styrofoam here in the bottom. And I'm just pushing this stem into the styrofoam. Okay, now I get to take my cute little country flowers and put them into my basket. So I have a good amount that I can work with. So I'm just going to start sticking these in places where I need some filler. Ooh, I love it. Doesn't that look good? When I was at the store, there are so many flowers to choose from, and it took me forever to pick because there are so many choices, and I got overwhelmed. I was like, I don't know what would look good, what wouldn't look good, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go with what I like, and this is what I like, so I'm going to use it, and I'm really happy with it. Okay, let's stick some towards the back. And I can later on go in and play around with it until I get it exactly how I want it. Okay, so I like the arrangement so far, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm actually going to hang this on the wall. Who loves command strips? I do. That's exactly what I'm going to use to hang this on the wall, because there's really not a good place for me to hang this, so I'm just going to attach these strips to the back of this and then stick it on the wall just like that. Just in case you've never used the command strips before, one side is like kind of scratchy surface and the other is a smooth surface which goes on the wall. Actually, no, this sticks to whatever you're wanting to hang up, and then this other soft side sticks to the wall. So what I do is I go ahead and put the two pieces together just like this. They snap together. And then I'm going to remove one of the sides. Just pull off this. And I am going to place this one right here on this edge, just like that. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. This is my command strip placement. I've put one here and one at the other end, and then one each here towards the end, but kind of in the middle. So now is the exciting part. I'm going to stick this on my wall. Yay! I got it on the wall, and I'm so excited. Like, I almost cried. I'm not even kidding. Like, to have an idea and to go for it and to be happy with the results, like, I'm just so excited that this worked out. I mean, my idea came to life, and I think it just looks so pretty. The colors of these flowers look so good in my dining room, and if you look right above my flower basket, I have a very special piece that my mom and sister made for me for my 10th wedding anniversary, and so I just love that these flowers are right there with that special piece. And this is in my dining room, and I get to enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I cannot wait to do some more DIY with you guys. Thanks.